Hello everyone and welcome to Creator Designs. Today I would like to show you how to mount the water cooling block kit onto the Raspberry Pi 4. Now the Raspberry Pi 4 here in the video is of course not included. But of course I am including it in the video just for demonstration purposes. What you will get, however, is one glass look acrylic plate, one glass look acrylic distance plate, one cooler block, 4 screws and a 5th screw, 4 nuts, 4 spacers, and the 5th screw is of course for the small distant plate. I'm using thermal paste here, but you will be getting a thermal pad. You will need a screwdriver, and it's good of course if you also have a 5.5mm nut wrench. This is what it looks like before I take the protective film off. For the distance plate and for the acrylic main plate, of course, I've already taken it off, so I don't need that. And now let's assemble it. First of all, you take each spacer, place it in the hole, and tighten it with a nut. It's actually enough if you just tighten it with one turn at the end. It doesn't really have to be very secure. It just has to be secured in place. Please also look out for other kits which are available for the Raspberry Pi Zero, Raspberry Pi 3 and for the Raspberry Pi 3A+. If you require any other model, please feel free to contact me. Once you've done with putting the spacers on the Raspberry Pi, take your thermal pad. In this video I'm taking thermal grease. Your thermal pad will be placed underneath the block. Like I said, I'm using thermal grease. You just take the protective film off the thermal pad and stick it on the bottom of the block. Then make sure you have the right orientation. You can do that by placing the main plate on the Raspberry Pi, and you will see that the screw hole is, like in the video, on the right hand side, pointing away from the connections and the interfaces. Then you place the distance plate on top of it. Place the main plate on top of them both, and screw the 4 screws in each side and 1 screw holding the cooler block in the middle. Just for the sake of optics, as you can see, the cooler block turned a little bit while I was screwing the screw in it, but that's not a problem. You can adjust it here like I'm doing in the video. Then one by one, screw each screw down. The whole kit is designed in such a way that with all 4 screws tight, it will hold the cooler block with the distance plate and the thermal pad securely on your CPU of the Raspberry Pi. Once you've secured all 4 screws, this is what it looks like. As you can see, you can easily access any of the connections. Underneath you can get to your SD card slot anyway. That's where you will place your tubes. Here you have your camera connection, your DSI display connector, your 4-pin connector, and of course the 40-pin GPIO header. All easily accessible as well. This one was for the Raspberry Pi 4. Of course, I have kits for the Raspberry Pi 0 and 3B as well, and for the 3A+. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Bye-bye.